Yo, this is a different type of video than I normally make, but I honestly kind of just wanted to talk about my process whenever it comes to making creatures, and I wanted to see if I can maybe help others who are trying to write and have a little bit of writer's block and just having a little bit of difficulty coming up with a creature or idea or something. This will be talking about horror, sci-fi, fantasy, basically anything with a creature. But yeah, let's jump on into it. This is my writing process basically. I always think about the setting first, which this all of these go into each other basically, but setting first, which for this I'll be doing just a snowy mountain range. Get setting done. Then I go into the vibe. What type of vibe do you want for your story? For this one, I'm gonna do mystery thriller, horror mystery thriller, just a normal creature feature. So I'll do a cabin in the woods just because it's the easiest thing to draw, and I suck at drawing. So there's the cabin, a little bit of fog. Get the fog. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, everything's great. That's perfect. Okay, get the fog all done. Now that you got what vibe you want, you need to figure out what is the lore of your creature before you even start thinking about, or me at least, before I even start thinking about what the creature looks like or anything. I think about the lore of the creature. Uh, for this, I'm just gonna make it I don't know, a big old dire wolf looking thing that comes from a cave. So that'll go into your setting, which is right here. Basically, everything goes into each other, but that's basically all it is. I don't know. It can be like a crazy dire wolf thing. This is just for this video anyways. But once you get your lore done, you can go into the look. Or actually, what I usually do is I go into the abilities first, figure out what I want this thing to be able to do, and then oh my god, that is I think I spelled that way wrong, but who cares? Uh Abilities, basically this thing is gonna be super fast and able to survive any temperature. That's basically it for this thing, but yours will have a lot of other abilities. Abilities will go into the look of the creature, which is up next. So I'll go ahead and go into the look of the creature because abilities, unless they're like unseeable type of things, like being psychic, you can make the skull bigger, make the brain bigger, sort of stuff, but sometimes it's just unseeable. So I mean, yeah, you don't really have to worry about the abilities with the look all the time. But that takes me into the next one, which is the look of the creature, which is, like I said, I'm bad at drawing, so I'll just go ahead and do 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 draw a little baby, little. Oh my god. I. Oh, this is beautiful. Just amazing, honestly. I'd be scared if I saw this thing. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna make it white just because. Well, the next thing I talk about will be why it's white, but the next thing I talk about is I don't know how many people who write does this, but I always try to think of a scene. Just one scene that I can think of where it would be cool. And I think the white fur could be cool with, since this is supposed to be a weird thriller thing. This would be, if I wrote this into an actual story, it would be they think that it's a normal slasher or something like that, and then they figure out, or maybe even a normal animal, and they figure out that it's just this massive dire wolf and it has white fur and it walks out and the only thing you can see is the red, like you can barely see the outline of it because it's blending in so well. So that's the scene, and then basically all you have to do is actually come up with the creature. I mean, you have all of that you need. That's not even just the creature, that's your entire story, basically. And then you just make it. And this guy needs a mouth. That's off topic, but he needs a mouth. There we go. Okay. So yeah, setting, vibe, lore, ability, look, scene. Uh, I usually, whenever it comes to the scene, I try to come up with the characters who will be fighting it before. This is for a very specific type of story, like just this. There are lots of other types of creatures. Look at Silent Hill. All of those creatures are personifications of fears or emotions or just PTSD in general. If you look at uh, hmm, Evil Within, a lot of those creatures are the same type of thing. There's a lot of creatures, and if you look into mythology and stuff, there are creatures in there that you could write stories about nonstop. A story I wrote, Hunger, is all about the Wendigo, basically, except I took it and made it its own different. It has a different flavor and it's its own creature, but you can tell it's heavily inspired by the Wendigo. Um, so yeah, and trying. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add another one. I know I keep on saying that I'm done, but it's I keep on coming up with different things that I do, and the personality. Oh my god, I was still in the paint. Okay. The personality of the creature is one thing that you should actually come up with. Either before or during the creating of it, because whether it's smart, dumb, misunderstood in some way, or uh it looks evil but it's actually good, it all matters, like, especially to the story. The creature, whenever it comes to a creature feature, which I don't know if you're just looking at this video because you want to make a whole bunch of creatures or one specific creature, but if you are making one specific creature, it matters a lot what the everything about it is, because it will be probably the main thing that people remember. I'm guessing because that's what most people remember whenever they read horror stories or horror movies, unless you have a really good character, which I'm sure you will actually. uh so yeah, you got setting, vibe, lore, abilities, look, scene, personality. uh the only other, oh, dude, actually, crap, I keep on coming up with new stuff. If your creature has a voice, like a very specific sounding voice, give it a body type that fits it, or not. I'm gonna go back to Hunger and talk about that. It has a really raspy, withered away voice, and its body is just eaten away, really skinny and shriveled. It fits his voice. But if you did a really, oh, that would be a good twist too, though, is like, if it's it's, you keep on hearing this huge booming voice and then you see the creature and it's like this tiny thing. I feel like that's been done a lot, but it would still be funny. But oh my god, I think I just came up with another one, but I cannot remember. It was, wait, voice, and then, oh yeah, you got to come up with whether or not you want it to be a twist, because like I said with this thing, I'm if I made it a story, I would make it to where people think that it's a normal slasher. So I would make it to where it looks like stab wounds or something, but that's not the type of twist I'm talking about. Uh, a creature like The Thing fits extremely well with twists because, well, first of all, it's my favorite movie of all time, but also because it it has an ability that can do that really well. But another twist is if your monster is very small and unmenacing, or yeah, unmenacing is a word, I'm sure. But if it's very small and not scary at all, people won't fear it. And whenever it's revealed that it is actually the villain, it will work a lot better. I'm. Hmm. This could honestly be used for any villain, kind of, because it's not just creatures. It's, at this point, it's any horror villain or sci-fi villain or anything. But yeah, if you, I don't know where I was gonna go with that sentence. Just forget that sentence. So I guess setting, vibe, lore, abilities, look, scene, personality, voice, twist. That's basically all you need for it. I hope this video helps. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I know it was just random ramblings. I didn't do a script or anything for this video. I don't do that, a script for any video other than the Sturka Tech files, though. So I mean, yeah. Uh, you know how it is. I hope this video helps. See ya.